All right, guys. Obviously, we got to talk about this game. I know a lot of people are calling it the best win of the season, in which I would have to probably, agree with you. I have to agree with you. There's no reason not to agree with you that this was the best win of the season. Obviously, for many reasons. Most importantly, though, we all love what we saw from Victor Wembanyama. Tears in my eyes. Okay, everyone's crying from this game. I don't understand. I'll tell you the last time. I'll tell you the last time I cried during a game. Oh my God, the 6-man clan, you low-key a cutie? You're a cutie. I don't even know who you are. Thank you though. But yeah, no, like I don't know. I can tell you the last time I cried during a game. I didn't cry during this one, but I was definitely excited. But before we get into that, big shout out to PrizePicks, okay? Big shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video and sponsoring this channel, this live stream, all that good stuff. If you guys want to support the channel, hey, support the sponsors, man. There's so many different things, and it's super easy to play, by the way. Just sign up from the link in my description. There's so many different over and unders you can do. You basically just put your own team together as far as, hey, this player would have over rebounds, over points, over assists. I do over with everything with the Spurs. I just love them too much, and I did pretty good thus far, okay? So right now, somebody's laughing. There's nothing funny here, okay? This game is going on as we speak, all right? This game is going on as we speak. But as of right now, I did pretty good. I figured Victor would have a big game going against Chet Holmgren. No surprise there. He's Victor Wembanyama. And I thought that he would come out pretty doggone hot. And this was actually for the first half. So first half, I thought he would get at least 19 points, rebounds, assists. I said more on rebounds and assists for Trey Jones. I feel like that's an easy, that's a gimme. And then Devin Vassell, I thought he would go off as well. Points, rebounds, assists. At this point, we're literally playing through Victor and Devin. So putting those two together, I don't think like you go wrong on most nights unless it's a really great defensive team. Don't get me wrong, Thunder are pretty good, but yeah, I just thought that we would come out pretty good and being at home and everything. So I was excited about this one, and we'll see how these two pan out. But hey, might be a pretty decent payout tonight. We're gonna see. But anyways, so let's dive into this game. Let's see. Let's go to box score. Okay, cool. All right, so first and foremost, we can go through every single player. All right, Julian Champagnie, he did his job. He played really tough, by the way. I think these are like we have to shout out the players that's not going to get any love after these games, right? Julian Champagnie, I thought he played with immense toughness, and I mean immense toughness. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he definitely tweaked his ankle. Even at some point, like he was grimacing throughout most of the game. Ran to the locker room, came back, got right back in it, and he did the best he possibly could. But man, he played with a certain level of grit, and I've said this time and time again. Guys like Wemby and Sochan specifically, those two, they're tough. They are nasty. They are not nice guys. Devin Vassell, he's immensely talented. He's been playing with a lot more aggression, and you love to see it. But just personality-wise, driving the team, it got to be Sochan and Wemby, in my opinion. Their personalities are so strong, and I think it rubs off on the rest of the team. Obviously, Keldon Johnson was that for the last few years, so I'll give him, love there. But culturally, I think these two are really driving the heartbeat of the team and that personality. They play with so much toughness, and they just have a nastiness to them. It's an edge. It's a true edge with those two. And I'll tell you, Julian Champagnie fitting right in. Now, he's not super talented. He's not a starting anything. All right. There's no reason he should start in the future. That will be a terrible idea. I don't think that'll happen. And honestly, hold on. I'm sure you guys want to see the scores. So let's put the scores up. I forgot. There we go. It'll come up. There we go. But yeah, he did great in this game. I really think that he needs some love. Really. I think he needs some serious love. My bad. Champagnie is 22. He's a youngin. Like he's a youngin. Like I said, he's not a starter. But you're paying nearly nothing. And if he came off the bench, that is a tough guy coming off the bench, and he gives you a little bit of depth. And his defense is pretty good. It's just that right now he's in a position where we're really relying on him, and it's not the best. Okay, it's not beautiful to watch him play sometimes. But he did really well in this game. I thought he had some true mental toughness overall. So shout out to Julian Champagnie. So just let's see who else should we shout out that don't get any love. Zach Collins, Woo. Woo. This was the best I think I've seen Zach Collins all season. Like, this was the best, like, by far. I felt like he had confidence in his shot. He was constantly looking for mismatches, so that was great. He's been doing that. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I could bring it up if you do. You care? I don't know if anyone cares. I don't know if anyone cares. But our most efficient go-to is actually Zach Collins in the post. Believe it or not, okay? Zach Collins post up is the most effective tool that the San Antonio Spurs have. It's been proven statistically. That's their best go-to. There is something out there on it, but I don't mind. But just trust me, okay? Just trust me. It is. Zach Collins. Going to Zach Collins is our most efficient move. I know that sounds crazy. Do it for content? Okay. All right. You're right. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I didn't already have it up. But Zach Collins did great during this game, man. I thought that he was making the right reads, as he normally does. He's one of our more diverse passers. I would even argue that he's our maybe third best passer on the team, behind maybe Trey Jones and Wemby, honestly. But his diversity in passes might be even better than Trey Jones at times. All right, let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Gosh. Oh, God. Oh, me. Oh, my. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. Guys, I'm not going to find it. I found it. All right. All right, here we go. Most productive action. All right, each team's most productive action. Oh, big shout out to Dylan Lopez. Thank you, man, for the super chat. Each team's most productive action, you can see here, Zach Collins is ours. And a lot of these make sense. Like, Chicago has ISO with DeMar DeRozan. Denver has posts with Jokic. Like, all of these make sense. And then when you go to the Spurs, it's literally posts with Zach Collins, our most efficient or most productive action. So, yeah. So, Zach Collins being on team is important right now. I've been very adamant that, I mean, he's not necessarily in his true position, and I think that hurts him at times. But this game in particular, I thought he did very well, and this was probably one of the best games of the season for him. Every single thing that we needed from him as far as leadership off the bench, as far as passes, finding the mismatches. There was only one play in particular that I got a little frustrated, and, you know, this was just the fan in me, in which Blake Wesley asked for a screen and he like completely ignored it. It was like 10 seconds left. And Blake Wesley, being young like he is, he forced the issue trying to give it to Zach Collins. And yeah, it ended up being a turnover. So that kind of frustrated me. It's like, look, I know he's like young, but dude, come up, give him the screen he need and just make this work. Yeah, exactly. Free J, hit the like button. That's nice of you. Thank you. But yeah, so anyways, Zach Collins did phenomenal in this game. I know he gets a lot of hate. I don't necessarily go on stream and just talk so much trash about Zach. I just don't. Very similar to Keldon at this point. He just is who he is. But this game in particular, he did very well. Osman was Osman. Nothing I can really say there. Defense poor, but overall defensively, he played pretty decent. He was very active, and that's one thing you can always say about him. He's always active, always moving without the ball in his hands. And under the right circumstances with the right amount of talent. For instance, if Osman was on, I don't know, the 2014 team, everyone would have fond memories of Osman. I mean, he would fit right in as far as how he moves the ball, makes the smart cuts, backdoor cuts, that is, constantly moving his feet, good off ball. Like, he would be loved. He would be adored if he was on that team. So it's just, unfortunately, we don't have enough talent. So, you know, his flaws really do stand out. And that's kind of the same thing with Keldon. I'll be honest, there was a few times during this game that I thought Keldon just completely killed the momentum. I mean, it happens so often that I'm kind of numb to it, I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, he killed the momentum at times. But for the most part, he was passing the ball. I mean, he was all right. But yeah, Malachi Branham. I thought one thing about Malachi, I'll say, he's playing with way more aggression. I don't know if you guys noticed that. But defensively, he's playing much better. Like he's utilizing his size. He doesn't have a ton of size, but he's utilizing his strength. He definitely has strength. And he's getting physical, way more physical than he was prior. I think Popovich really knocked that into him. I've said this over and over again, but he's going to be the type of player that's going to need to be gotten onto. Like undoubtedly, he's going to be a player that has to be yelled at. Okay, like everybody is like, I want Popovich to yell at his players. Well, he knows his personnel. I guarantee you, Malachi is going to be somebody that he gets onto a lot. He's just that type of personality. And he's been like that, by the way, he's been like that since like middle school. We were looking up like old stories of him, and you know, he needed his coach to get onto him, and he was show out. I mean, even if we go back to Summer League of last year, I'm pretty sure it was Mitch Johnson that got onto him, and Malachi just went off in the fourth quarter. So like he's gonna need that. He's gonna need a foot up his butt during games, but it is what it is. But ever since, I mean, the last few games, I thought that he's played very tough. So Popovich has got that out of him. So that's great to see. But cool. So overall, everybody else, they did great. So let's go ahead and talk about the big three, okay? Please, for the love of God, please stop talking trash about Sochan so quickly. I know I got really upset last stream because I sat there and I said, yeah, Sochan was pretty bad tonight. Yeah, he's been pretty bad and he deserved to be benched. I said that, but yet and still, people still got on to me about it. They were like, yeah, you think Sochan's great. I was like, yeah, I think Sochan's a really good player, and I made comparisons, but yeah, I do compare him to guys like Draymond Green, guys like Boris Diaw, because he's going to play the same type of role. Kyle Anderson, he's going to be that type of player. And those types of players, I don't expect them to be like offensive juggernauts. But I always say this, the fact that he's capable of putting up numbers, the fact that he's capable alone makes him way better than expected. The fact that he's capable of shooting the way that he shoots, the fact that he's improved his shooting to the degree he's improved it in a year at 20 years old, the same age as Wembanyama, is mind-blowing. And I hate that people don't catch on to that. That they're just like, oh, he had a bad offensive game, he's trash. It's like, well, defensively, he's consistently good. Defensively, he is consistently good. In this game, that's what came out of it. I thought his defense was pretty doggone good. SGA, he's SGA. Not really much you can do about it. But he brought the nastiness. He played tough. It was one play in which I thought he got hurt, but he got right back up. But overall, man, I thought he was phenomenal tonight. And I'm being consistent here. I think Sochan has been good basically all season long. Yes, when he was point guard, that didn't look the best, but overall, I think he learned from it. He looks like he's seeing more on the court now. He's keeping his head up, not necessarily putting his back to the basket as soon as he gets past half court. So he looks good. He looks good. And once he gets more like better players around him, everything that is pros about his game, right? The benefits that you get from his game is going to be amplified because that's the type of player he is. He will make other players better because he's more of a connector. He makes the right cuts, good defender, right attitude. I don't understand why people come out and they talk so trash about Sochan. It's like he doesn't have a pretty game. I understand that. His game is ugly. Like it's not like I watch him and I'm like, wow, this is the beacon of beautiful basketball. This is Kyrie Irving, okay? He is a maestro on that court. It's ugly. No, it's ugly. He doesn't play pretty basketball. It's ugly basketball. But at the end of the day, I think that he's going to be vital for what the Spurs are trying to do. He's going to be totally fine, and he's great for the culture. Jeremy in 2 years, just wait. Exactly, dude. He's like 20 years old. People forget that. He's like 20 years old. Everyone makes these comparisons between him and Jalen Williams. And it's like Jalen Williams came in older in the league. He's older than Sochan. Stop. Stop making that comparison. So yeah. Can we please stop talking trash about Sochan? Also, this is just me being petty. Hold on. What the heck is... Here we go. This is me being petty. What's up with this dude, man? People tell me that he trolls. I don't know what's going on with this. Mike Jimenez, I have no idea. People say that he trolls. I guess he's trolling. I don't know. He posted this and he said, I haven't seen this thing floating around. And, you know, it's like that little apology form that everyone make for every single player just about. And he said, hey, he only had 1 point in the last 2 games. I never signed it. Sign it. Sign up. Just sign it. Shut your mouth and sign it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. People send me this dude's tweets quite often. I'm like, I have no idea. What? Anyways, that's just me being petty. Moving on. Terrible takes, bad takes, god awful takes from that dude. Don't give him attention. Okay, it's over now. All right, moving on. Victor Wembanyama, 9 for 17, 5 for 7 from 3. Dude, I look. Do we have to go through the stats? He's a rookie. I don't know what to say, guys. He's a rookie. That's all I got. That's my analysis of Wemby. He's a rookie. You said blocks? 5. 5. 5 blocks. Guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm watching. This shouldn't be possible. I have no idea what's going on. It's spooky. It's I have no idea what's going on. This isn't normal. This is the worst version we're gonna see of it. This he's deserving. I truly do mean this, and I'm only saying this because the mentality of Victor Wembanyama. I'm only saying this because the work ethic of Victor Wembanyama and everything that we knew about him, even prior to him coming to San Antonio, prior to we knowing he was going to be drafted by Spurs. He could end up being the greatest player of all time. I mean, saying that about a rookie, I don't even think that's controversial. I don't think that's controversial. I feel like even the biggest LeBron, biggest Jordan fans in the world would say, yeah, I think Victor Wembanyama might potentially end up being the greatest player of all time. If this dude keeps on the trajectory that he's on, and us knowing the San Antonio Spurs like we know them, and how they can construct a championship caliber team, we are going to be the most annoying team in the NBA. There are going to be so many rings that the Spurs win. It's going to be insane. It's good. With a healthy Wembanyama playing the way that he plays in close games like this, and this isn't just one game. He does this all the time. This isn't me just saying oh, screw the Thunder. No. He does this all the time. Don't let the record fool you. He does it all the time. It's just that he doesn't have enough talent and not enough experience on the team. But he does it all the time. These fourth quarters are mind-blowing. I remember a game in which Kawhi Leonard went against the Houston Rockets. I think it was a regular season game. You guys probably remember exactly when this was. I think it was 2016. 2016, 2017. I think it was 2016. Maybe. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But he comes down the court. He shoots a 3 on Nene, and this is a clutch situation. And then he goes on the other side of the court, and he blocks James Harden. Was that the block on Harden? Yes. And I remember watching that game, and literally my stomach dropping. I was like, dude, we're witnessing something great. I was so excited. But those types of moments happens every other game with Wemby, where it's both ends of the court, he just makes something incredible happen. It happens so often till I become numb to it. And he's a rookie. Loved how the crowd cheered Wemby name like that. I knew he felt the adrenaline. Yeah. But isn't that insane? Bro, it happens every game. It's insane. It's like I'm just numb to it now. 2017? Okay, that's when it was. Jeez. Absolutely incredible, man. But yeah, so he's a rookie. These numbers are ridiculous, man. I mean, he's a perfect player. Like, I don't know. Like, he has to work on his turnovers. This game, he only had 2, but usually, you know, he'll rack up about 25, right? But whew, he did great, dude. He was awesome. But yeah, him versus Chet, they really need to put that to rest. There's no comparison, right? There is no comparison. There is none. There's no comparison, okay? Chet Holmgren is a great player. He's going to be a great player while he's in the league. I have no doubt about that. He's really good. Got a lot of tools in his bag. All right. He's a really, really good player. Wemby is just so much better. He's just something else. And I would get so frustrated with the comparisons because it's like, dang, are we watching the games? There is no comparison. There hasn't been a comparison since then. Wemby has always been better than Chet. Even when he faced them before the NBA, he was better than Chet. I don't understand that. But anyways, he did great. Wemby did great. Chet did great. But Wemby was better. And he showed it at the end. Anyways, moving on. And by the way, the OKC Thunder, they made a concerted effort to make sure Chet got the ball. They did not have him just in, okay, you play your role, get to your spot. No. They had him being a big part of the offense, which, I mean, it paid off for the most part. 23 points, 5 assists. He did good. But, yeah, you see the difference here. Chet is literally just on a better team. OKC, I don't know what would be going on if Wemby was on this type of squad. Oh, my God. Okay. Anyways, and then Devin Vassell. That's the other person we got to talk about. Obviously, Trey Jones did well, 17 points. He was great. So I feel like I'll say this once again. Sochan is the X factor, I think, of a lot of these games. He has to, especially with the team how it's constructed right now, he has to have a good game. That really helps. Okay, scoring wise, he has to have a really good game. Don't expect him to be that consistently. I don't care for him to be that consistently. All I'm saying is that's kind of an X factor for this team right now. Like, if he plays a good game, then it really opens things up and it allows Vassell and Wemby to do their thing. And Trey Jones as well, that really helped him hitting those threes. Those are some really good threes he hit. But Devin Vassell, oh my goodness, dude. He's kind of unstoppable, right? I've been wanting a player like Devin Vassell for a very long time. I'll be honest in saying I didn't expect Devin to become this. With the Spurs over the first few years, he was always a player that I know that he always just kind of deferred, but he was also one where he decided what he was going to do before he did it. So it's like, oh yeah, we know you're going to go, you're going to do a spin, step back, like every single time, you're going to do the same move every single time. That is not the case anymore. Devin Vassell is destroying teams. He is unstoppable. And it helps to have Wemby on your team, no doubt, but he is unstoppable. Like, there's no one that can stop him from getting to the rim. And people that say he's a shot chucker, you don't know what you're talking about. I rarely say this, but I'll just say you don't know basketball, because he is not just shot chucking. Every move that he makes is with a purpose, and just about, okay, he's human, but just about every decision he makes is a pretty decent one. He's finding the open man. He's enforcing his will. He's opening up his game, and he's allowing it to come to him, right? He's not sitting back and just jacking up 3-pointers the whole game. He's taking it. And once his shot starts getting hot, then all bets are off. He's just letting it fly. He is really good. And I don't know. I will never go as far as to say I think Devin Vassell on a championship Spurs team, he can be the second option. I don't think that, but Devin as a third option would be absolutely insane. I think the Spurs need at least one more player that's kind of star caliber. You're going to need a point guard, and then from there, you start filling out your bench and everything. But Man, he is really good. The step back crossover 3 he does every game is nice. Should be a go-to for him. He has so many go-tos, but he's like unstoppable going to the rim now. It's very impressive. But those are my thoughts about this game, man. It was a great one. I'm not expecting the Spurs to shoot like this often. I mean, nearly 50% from 3. But this, unfortunately, right now, as it stands, this is what it's going to take, right? It's going to take non-shooters to shoot for you to come away with these wins. Keldon, he gave you 2. He went 2 for 7. He gave you 2. Osman, I call him more of a shooter. Zach hit his 1-3. Devin 3 for 6, which he's a shooter. But here's where it's like, okay, we're going to need the non-shooters to kind of come alive, right? You got Sochan shooting 3 for 6. You got Trey Jones shooting 3 for 5. That was kind of the difference maker right there, I think. And then Wemby just, 5 for 7. What the heck? Also, in case you guys didn't know, just a little context as far as how well Wemby is doing. Hold on, let's see if I already got the tweet up. Or, oh yeah, I think I do. I retweeted it, I think. Let's see. By the way, follow me on Twitter. Clan the Spurs fan on Twitter. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this. Check this out. Highest pull-up three-point percentage since the start of 2024. Conley is 1. SGA is 2. Colin Sexton is 3. Wemby's 4. What is this? And then McCollum, and then Kyrie. Do you see another big man? I mean, I guess was that Jamal Murray? Isn't that crazy though? People, let's show Malachi some love. We gave Malachi some love earlier, but yeah, this is what Wemby's on right now. And funny enough, look who's last. These are at least 50 attempts, by the way, 50 field goal attempts at least in 2024. DeJounte Murray is last. He's 43rd. He's last in that list. Only 43 qualify. He's last. 22% on pull-up threes from him. But overall, dude, really great stuff. Really great stuff. The fact that Wemby's 4. Shoot, he might be higher now because it feels like every 3 he shot was I think 2 or 3 of them were pull-ups. He might be slightly higher. I don't know how that affected his percentage. It got to go up a little bit. We know Wemby can shoot. It's just a shot selection. I think Wemby gets a little too. He mentioned this before early in the season. He's gotten much better at it, but I think that he gets a little impatient. He just kind of has to. It has to be like, I'm going to my move no matter what. But he's super young. Like I was just about to bring up because he was saying it based on Kevin Durant. He was like, Kevin Durant takes his time. He goes to his spots no matter what. And he's like, I got to work on doing that. I was about to bring up Tim Duncan, but once again, Tim Duncan is like, he was much older when he first got to the league. But Tim Duncan did that. No matter what, he's going to his spots, right? Now he's gonna see what the defense is giving him, but he's gonna take his time. There's no rush. There's no rush. And I think sometimes with Wemby, he gets overly excited. He's like, I got the mismatch. I'm excited. But he's like that with everything, right? He's like that with everything. I mean, I think he's very patient with the franchise as a whole. He knows the direction we're going in and all that good stuff. But he's very impatient on the court, and he's very impatient at times. Like he's constantly getting up off of the seat when he was on minutes restriction and say, I got to get in this game. Come on, let me get in. Like he's impatient. It's a great thing. It's admirable. But at the same time, he gotta slow it down a little bit. You know? It's a marathon. Got to slow it down. So was Kobe and MJ. There you go. Yeah. You still want Elliot Cadeau? Yes, I want Elliot Cadeau. Yeah, of course. Of course I want Elliot Cadeau. You kidding me? But I only want Elliot Cadeau if the Spurs don't get like Trae Young. If we just, let the draft come to it. I would love to have Elliot Cadeau in 2025. That would be beautiful. And then I would want Mattis Buzelis in this draft. You watch any Rob Dillingham? Yeah, I like Rob Dillingham. I like him. He can shoot his lights out. He can shoot the lights out. But yeah, Devin's fadeaway looks like MJ and Kobe. Let's calm down. Okay. We're not getting into this. But I just wanted to say overall, team did great. It was fun. It was awesome. It was wonderful. Everyone did their thing. We're gonna end the segment. We're ending this segment.